Hey, this is your girl, D Love from the South Side, Inglewood for life. Back at it again. Let me first off saying happy Sunday to you. Second off, I want to say condolences to Tiffany and Boudin. Cause your business is on Front Street again. And it's so interesting to go to a meeting. He in the back sitting like he a gangster, some kind of game banger with his arm crossed. And I didn't know he can cross his legs, put the leg all the way up. I said, damn. But yeah. Last night on the news, Fox 32 Chicago, they ran an article on her saying eviction notice filed against Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. They said she owed about $3,500, and that the court, she in eviction court now. So let's watch this video together, and you tell me what you think, and you tell me why she got to be like this. You know how you gonna say the people want to see you, and you can't even do you. Oh, that's what okay. And let's try people.
Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has a new crisis on her hands. She's being booted out of her home. Fox 32 is.
Did he say booted? I almost fell out when I said boot, when he said booted. Like baby girl. Now let me say this, and this is all allegedly, but somebody did look it up on the eviction court, and her name and her boyfriend name are on the eviction court list. I believe home is not her main home. I believe this home is just a placement home that she is not living in the Dalton area that where she governs a mayor of, because she can live in Thornton. She was just a supervisor of Thornton Township. She can live anywhere in Thornton Township. But in my best estimation, I believe she lives in Matson, Olympia Fields, maybe Flossmoor. But I know she don't have a permanent home in Dalton. And she probably don't want the landlord to look in the house because the house probably empty. Probably empty. Listen.
Obtained copies of an eviction notice filed in Cook County Court against Henyard and her boyfriend, Kamal Woods. Henyard has been renting a home in the 14600 block of South Harvard for the past 3 years. The owner of the home told us Henyard and Woods are behind on the rent.
That lets me know
more than
that you don't live there.
$300. The notice says Henyard has refused to allow an inspection of that property is false, and that
what the attorney gonna say? Okay, I'm back. We're gonna go back and do some editing. 5-6. So her and her boyfriend don't have a place to live if they don't pay that back rent. I mean ASAP. And they're not playing with them either, because they're gonna put more of their business out. And the landlord probably threatened her. And from what I understand, from what I can see, the landlord, well, they put the lady's name on. Oh, when somebody went on the eviction court, they had the lady's name on the. They didn't. Was it dox it? They just put the information out with the woman's name on it, which was kind of like, oh, well, it's open. It's open public information, so I guess that's what happened. They put your whole business out if they wanted to. So there's another thing that I realized. Tiffany always saying, and we can pay your bill. And you like, word? Your rent. Cool. I found the application for her on the Thornton Township website, and it's paid out of the General Assistance Fund. And see, they pay up to $3,000, but it says if you owe more than 3,000, you got to pay the difference before before the money could be received to the you be the landlord. So I hope she understand that 3,000, but they got a whole um application. It's 8 pages long. But go on to Thornton Township, look for the emergency assistance form, and Thornton too can help you if you live in the Thornton Township area. Now it only said it only accept application through February 1st to February 29th only. So you probably have to call the GA number or the township emergency system number. So I hope I got some information that's new she can use for her and her team. Like she said, my team. Her team should have talked up for her. And before I go, because it's just a short video about they say she owes some money on back rent. I want to say, first of all, I still don't understand why they are being sued Thornton Township. But because it's an employee situation, that's where the suit is coming from, which is so unfortunate because when you Thornton Township, and I must admit, I'm probably one of the 80/20 who didn't really know what Thornton Township did until Tiffany got here and all this ruckus. Because when I used to live on 154th Street, there is a large facility. I never knew what it was, and I walked past it, drive past it, and it said Thornton Township. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. I didn't even put two and two together. I never seen information about what it was. And again, I didn't know anything about it until I think I actually drove on the side of it one day. And that was recently. And you should see, I believe it was a Wednesday. I caught myself cutting down the street because I didn't want to go down Wood Street to, avoid the light. So I took the side street, and you come along the side of the Thornton Township food dispensary. And let me tell you, that line, I don't think it started yet. The line was so long. It had to been, it's at the beginning of 154. So at the end of 154th Street, so it must have stopped when I went going by. The last car was at the beginning of 154th Street, and these are city blocks, so it was a lot. There were a lot of cars. There were a lot of different ethnicities, cultures in that line. So yes, the food dispensary helps people, but and so this is how I guess what I'm talking about. I figured this out. See, because the line is so long, and again, I don't know how long that line had been going before I drove by. That people, there are a lot of people that come out to get these food in their cars to pick up those boxes. So in their mind, when she do these rallies, people who in them lines who need a box, they can come to those little different events she have, and that's how she gains the people. But apparently, these people who's in those lines don't go to those events. They go on Wednesday or Thursday, whatever they have those food pick up. They're only on that day to pick the food up. But again, I see the logic of why she's always talking about the food boxes, because it could be like 500 people picking up food out that line on 154th Street, and it's a big facility. And one day I'll take a picture of it and add it. I'm probably go online and find it too. But those people who pick up that food are not the same people who are going to the Thornton Township events. Not sure why it's not those numbers are not transferring over. That's why they had those surpluses of food or boxes, which they're not supposed to um, use for political reason. But seeing how another sound like they're still doing it, but hopefully her antics don't get the food depository system shut down in Harvey because okay, the facility is in Harvey, but it serves the 17 communities. So what she's doing is jeopardizing the program because you're still giving out these boxes in like special event situations when you really supposed to seem like you're supposed to only do it at the food depository uh, place or service on 154th. And um, I don't know, it's right off Wood Street, but it's not on 154th of Wood. It's right off of Wood. It's behind the Popeyes that's closed and back across from Ingles Hospital. So again, I've walked past it even when Frank Zuccarelli was in office. I still didn't know what that building was and what they did. But CETA is down the street, so she can go to CETA and get help for her rent too. She go to CETA. Yep. And that's the whole thing. And that's the one thing. If anybody take from this conversation is how conversation is. I, despite the fact this video is about her being serving an eviction notice, but what are you doing to jeopardize the services for the people of the community when you give these boxes out in non service areas, a time that is allowed it for? I'm sure you have to put this information in the application with the food depository, because that food in a box, I don't know. One time I got a box. This was Frank Zuccarelli. My mother had got one. That's how I knew what the box looked like. And I still have I think that we used the box. My mother had a box in, and she put her books in the box. But that food from the food depository, people are donating money and companies are donating food so that you can put to feed the hunger. When she had these events, the people at these events are not feeding the hunger. They're just there as a surplus. And like someone said, it's like a political move strategically, but you're really putting that program in jeopardy. And then somebody really should take another look and audit to make sure this program don't get taken away because it's being used so foolishly when you're trying to use it politically. So you use the seniors for the cutting of the grass and the bingo. You use the people who need the food for the food depository boxes, the boxes you receive. You use those little programs, some of the ice cream and the kids after school program for another way to get for political. See, somehow or another, she's continued to implement her political views or her campaign into these services softly, like nobody's supposed to see it or no one's going to say something. And again, I'm not saying that she's not the smartest person in the room, but I feel like there's someone else who's giving her these ideas to do this. The unfortunate part is you've been in positions before you got into the position that you are in, that you know the rights, the wrong, you know, all the procedures and everything. So why do you continue to jeopardize? Because you can't say, I love you, and nothing you could do about it while you steady Vaseline people in their butts. Just saying. So there's more to this story and this conversation that need to be had. That's her own personal business. She don't pay her bills, but it's, again, it's her business. She don't pay her rent, but it's her. But unfortunately, everything starts to trickle down into the society, in our community. Because if you don't know anything about Thornton Township really, it's almost like a hybrid. I want to say, because the Thornton Township, Thornton Township is for aid. It's almost like having public aid assistance and then it's on the same page. It's public aid assistance. People go to public aid because they need food, health care. People go to Thornton Township, food, health care, bills. Well, she said paying bury your loved ones. So as you can see, it is for the aid to help community. And when she puts on these different events, it's not an aid to help the community. Yes, you can have events, but not every single twice or 3-4 times a month you giving out stuff. It gotta make sense to aid the community, to help the community. Because the money that you spend on these bingo, you spend on these concerts and these gospel fests and all this other stuff, that don't help the community because it doesn't put money back into the community. And also, when it doesn't put money back in the community, those people, I'm not sure the total amount of the communities, but 17 communities. All those people don't come to these events, so they don't get to participate, or then they can participate if they wanted to, but they are not participating. So that's a waste. It's a waste because you're not meeting the mass of people. Because I went to one event and it was very weird feeling. It felt like, feel the tension in the air. You try to ask them a question, nobody want to answer any questions. So I know I feel like I want to rant, but I gotta state this because I saw the Thornton Township meeting on YouTube last week, and I meant to go, but in my mind, I'm so frustrated, so sick, and I don't even want to hear people arguing and screaming and shouting. You have PTSD all the time, but the people who are the employees, they don't understand, or they have lost their ways also, that those positions are paid by the homeowners. Now, I meant to look at the tax bill again, but I want to say like 1,500 out of the 3,000 is total of 6,000 we pay. So twice a year it'll be 3,000. So 6,000 a year, 3,000 go to the Thornton Township and the school board and all this other stuff. But I'm gonna look it up because I never thought to look. You look, but you're not looking to, like, okay. But that money is coming out of people's homes, out there, their property taxes. So when you sit there with your nose up in the air, or you sit like you're being condescending, or you get on that mic and say, "Oh, we do this, that, and other," and you're lying about it. You do disservice to the community because it's our money that we're paying for you to assist us. And I thought about it one day. I said, on my block, it go from 0 to 49. Right. 49. I would say 49. 49. 60. No. 55. 8. Maybe I want to say 60. So it goes to like maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 49. Let's see. I'm gonna say 49. But I'm gonna look at the last house on my block next time I pay attention. But think, if there's one vacant house on my block, and I live in the south suburbs. But surrounding me, there's a lot of houses that are vacant or there's empty lots. It is 49, and you said it's 49, and how much? Let's say 49 times, let's say we'll do 6 months, 1,500. So on one block can potentially generate 70 the funds of the Thornton Township. Now I'm going to see how much actually for more for Thornton tax because I want to see what I should also pay for my town also. Let's say if I the number because she said 5% of the tax, 5 cents out of every tax dollar, out of every homeowner goes to Thornton Township. That don't sound right to me. That's why I said I never went back to double check, and that's how we kind of get desensitized. Like we won't go back and figure it out, listen, and come back to our own understanding of what's going on. But just say, okay, let's say this then. How about maybe let's say 1,000. Let's say 1,000. How about that? $1,000 from each block goes back to, and this is in 6 months. Remember, we're going by the 6 months because the tax bills pay every 6 months, and you pay in the previous bill first. But every 6 months, you're paying, let's say, 1,000 for the whole block. But remember, there's 17 communities. So all that money adds up. So like when they don't really give you a complete audit, like how much money they collected at the 6-month period, this other 12 period, from when it's time to get the money from Illinois State from the homeowners' taxes. So we don't really know that, or how much they collect in all. That's another thing. So again, so that money is like Township, they help. They take the seniors in facility right on 144th and Halsted. So it's like they have a satellite center. Like the seniors is in Riverdale. The food pantry is in community. 3 of them. So 14. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I ain't seen none in Chicago Heights. I haven't seen anything. So that's what I'm saying is I don't know if people really, unless you have a car. Now somebody did come to the house. They have, and that was this summer, the young girls, twice this summer. One time I was pulling up, I saw them coming to that, going door to door. I said, oh, I'm gonna go around the block. I'm gonna do something else, then come back until they are gone. And the second day I happened to be home and I had the door open. And I forgot what the girl asked me this year, did I need any food? They had to give me a food box. I told her no. And for that very reason, I don't get the food box and give to somebody who needs it. I don't know how. It's like this story. How long have it been? Everything that is free ain't always what it means. The thing is, and I heard recently there's another recession because I ain't thought we were in the recession. They said another recession coming. I said, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We back. But yes, I just wanted this. That's all I wanted to say. That that Thornton Township is really for the aid the people. And I wish that she would do more about helping the people and not about some big party. And like TV giveaways and refrigerators. If you that's like going to the casino. Like usually, and let me say this too. A lot of there's churches in the but if they have had like you pay $1 and then they split the bank, then that'd be different. But not just taking taxpayers' dollars. And again, there's 17 communities. Everyone in the 17 community do not participate in the Thornton Township events. So when you say, oh, the people are getting their money back, no, girl, people are not getting their money back. It's only those who are participating in the shenanigans get their money back. So, well, I've been on a rant for like 30 minutes or less, but I don't want to sound like my homegirl, Tiff. But I'm glad if you came this far, I say thank you for listening, and we're going to talk more about it. And we're going to get some answers. We know we're going to get some answers this week. Because is there a Dalton Township meeting? I think that's next week. But we'll see. All right, y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Y'all take care. Stay in peace. And pay your bills.